Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We live in a world of inversions, and the world of inversions is promoted mostly by the media operatives in the West. I will explain what that is. That is, the bad guy is the good guy, the up is down, the left is right, and so on. It's selective justice and the opposition of reality. It's a delusion, a matrix. I will show you here an article. I'm going to use just one article from CBS, used by New Voice of Ukraine. And I will show you how reality is inverted. Let's start with the article. As I said, comes from the New Voice of Ukraine. It is for 14th of April 2025. CBS suggests 100,000 Ukrainian troops killed. Social media wrongfully links figure to Zelensky. Well, so I said, why is the social media? This is what made. I skim through the articles. I don't need to read. It's just pop. I get the keywords if I do that. Sometimes, most of the time actually, when I make videos, I don't even read the article. I just look over the title. Maybe I just skim it, and I said, that's good to go. I know exactly what I want to say about it. So what's going on here? What drew my attention was the social media wrongfully links figure to Zelensky. That means it's wrong to link it to Zelensky. But I said, okay, there's not something that, necessarily this guy are, inverting reality. I think he has some part in the war in Ukraine. I can't tell you exactly what the proportion is, but I will tell you maybe at the end of the video my opinion. Why? Because you can have an opinion, but you can't have an assessment. Because when you say you have an assessment, they say, opa, this must be something else than an opinion. As a free person, free speech allows you to have opinions, wrong opinions. But I don't know why they don't allow you to have wrong assessments. Like they never had, the experts never wrongfully assessed, the inflation or many other things. So let's read this article, because I think in the second paragraph, I will show you the inversion of reality. The American TV network, CBS, suggested that the number of Ukrainian troops killed may be around 100,000. The figure was voiced in the voiceover by Scott Pelley, CBS News 60 Minutes host, on April 13. Russia strikes Ukraine cities daily, resulting in 13,000 civilian deaths, including over 600 children, the video said. Now, this is where you read the inversion. Let me see if you figured it out. It's very obvious, so you should be. And I'm quoting, up to 100,000 dead Ukrainian soldiers, all for Vladimir Putin's vainglorious war to expand Russia to NATO's doorstep, the journalist said in the CBS segment. Do you understand? Do you understand? All right, so it is all these people died because Putin wanted, in his vein, to expand Russia's to NATO's doorstep. So the inversion is like this. The Russians want to push to expand Russia. Putin wants to expand Russia to NATO's doorstep. It's not NATO, this is the reality, it's not NATO expanding towards Russia. No. The history started in February 24th, 2022. That's when their history started, their chronology of events. And they pick and choose events to make this point. So all those 100,000 people, all of them, are because of Putin's vainglorious. So he's a grandiomaniac, like a paranoid, inflated ego, narcissist, all these beautiful mental health problems were to expand. That's his, I want to expand Russia to NATO's doorstep. But where is NATO's doorstep? Is in Poland, in Romania, in the Baltic states. I want you to take, in Bulgaria, I want you to take a map and see where NATO was before That is 1991. And where is now? So from 1991, 2001, 2011, 2021, at least 30 years, NATO expanded continuously, swallowing the Eastern Europe, the Central and Eastern Europe. And these guys, the Russians, with his crazy war and domination, just said we're going to expand towards NATO. Why? Because the ethnic Russians in Ukraine, Ukrainians, nationals of Russian ethnicity, that's the correct term for them, they were slaughtered by the legal or not so legal authorities in Kiev with tanks, with the Ukrainian military was attacking the separatists. For about 8 years until Russia said, enough, it's enough. Do you remember how did we get there? No, we didn't get there with the bloody overthrow of the legitimate government, democratically elected, of Viktor Yanukovych in 2014 by outside agencies with the help of Ukrainian traitors, and some of them not really Ukrainians. No, he didn't start it. He started in 1991 with that promise from the civilized, democratic, sophisticated, capitalist West, made to the baboons from Soviet Union, then Russia. Hey, if you allow, that means they had a say. If you allow, they told the Russians, the Soviets, Shevardnadze was the foreign minister of Russia. He was Georgian, like Stalin. All right, nevertheless, told him, Mr. James Baker, who was the Secretary of State, right? He told Shevardnadze not only, no inch, if you, Russia, allow Germany to unite, if you allow, so they could say, no, we don't allow that. If you allow them, there will be no NATO expansion towards Russia, 1 inch. 1 inch. And the Russians, or whomever was in charge then, said, okay, we allow that because a gentleman agreement, you don't have to sign it and write it down. But the civilized West is not gentlemen. So they broke that promise by expanding towards Russia. But no, these guys say Russia expands because Putin is a megalomaniac. You understand? Now, you might disagree with what I say, but I would like you to, how should I put it, not believe anything. I want you to doubt everything I said if you don't agree with me. I don't want you to agree with me because I wear a whatever orange shirt. I want you to trust me because you know the evidence, you know the facts, you know the historical facts that you can demonstrate, you can find them. So if you don't believe me, I want you, and skepticism is the mother of wisdom. You have to go and do a few clicks. You don't have to do many. A few clicks. Take some of your time and look back and verify everything I said. And you'll find that everything I said is true. Did I omit anything? Well, I don't know everything, but the main points, the determinants, are the ones that I just mentioned. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If these guys are doing with you that, or with us, that little CBS segment, with what else they do with things that we don't know about. That's why I stopped watching, for instance, programs or channels as History Channel. Or channels, the other one is called AH, like Adolf Hitler, I don't know. And I stopped because they were having certain kind of documentaries, and documentaries in general, and they were making a point, or a few points, by ignoring evidence that would not confirm the points. They will fight the points, would infirm the points, not confirm the points these guys were making. So they were making arguments, they were providing information selectively to fit their narrative. And I said, I know about this particular subject. It was always about the Second World War, and not only. I know about this subject, and I know more than they say over there. And when they say, well, in Dunkirk, no, we just courageously crossed over the channel. And we were good. Hitler was a baboon. The Germans could not do anything. We outsmarted them. We advanced to the coast, as Churchill ordered. Advance to the coast in Dunkirk, not to retreat to the coast, advance to the coast. And then Hitler stopped his attack for how many hours? It was 48 hours, allowing these guys to, but you have aspects that these guys don't like. They're portraying a certain way, certain events. So that was an example. There are many examples. And I said, if they lie, and I know more about it, and I know that's a lie by omission, how many documentaries I've been watching on historical documentaries, on historical events that I don't know much. I watch it to understand, to know. And these guys are giving me a narrative, and then I will parrot that narrative in conversation with my friends, and the guys will say, that's not true, Emil. I mean, that's not quite like that. I say, what do you mean? I saw it on this, blah, 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 blah. All right? No. And he's going to give me, read this, look at that, and I'm going to go and read. At that time, I was reading books. Right? You read, and you find out, oh my God, these guys really lied by omission. The same I wanted to do, to go over there and verify. And remember, get the determinant factors. Don't give me that, I know, Shevardnadze was bald-headed and the other guy was taller than him. That's not unimportant. Don't give me details that are unimportant, the determinant reasons. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.